The Friday Sports Riot on SportsTownChicago.com.
And this is the Friday Sports Riot. I'm Ryan Hoppy.
And I'm Ryan Stepprich.
And Ryan, who do we have on the air right now?
On the Illinois Center for Broadcasting hotline from 670 The Score, we have Adam Harris on the line. How's it going, Adam?
What's up, boys?
Now, how is your bracket looking so far for this March Madness season?
Let's see, last Friday at 11:30, I vowed I would never watch another college basketball game again. So that's what it was.
Who did you have going all the way?
Well, I have Virginia going all the way.
Yeah.
So that's still alive. I had Duke losing to them, and that game frustrated me, the Mercer game.
Right.
Kansas was in my Final Four, and they're out. And other than that, it's Arizona's the other one in the Final Four. I had a bunch of my Elite Eights ruined. And also my Survivor pick got eliminated last night, and that was Stanford. So I'm very frustrated by 2-3 zones. I'm frustrated by bad decision-making. I'm frustrated by lack of willingness to adjust by college coaches.
And now, are you in the bracket over there at 670?
I did not do that one.
Okay, because I was just curious how everyone's doing. But here's a quick thing. What was your take on Duke losing to Mercer? Does this hurt Parker's 1 year at Duke, or what happened to them?
Well, I think that as far as Jabari Parker goes, he's going to be fine as far as the NBA draft and where NBA teams are going to take him. It's not going to affect it at all. It might hurt his legacy, but he really doesn't. He wasn't going to have much of a legacy anyways. Yeah. As far as what happened to Duke, Coach K did not know how to play against the zone and then a run and gun team, and I just don't understand why Jabari wasn't standing at the free throw line, ready to take an initial pass. You got a guy back cutting on the baseline. You have a fade available from there.
Right.
And you have a guy screening for Jabari. And from there, that's how you break down a 2-3 zone with a weapon like Jabari Parker, who is tall, big, and can dribble and shoot. I don't know how you lose to Mercer like that. And Coach K is there for as long as he wants. He built that place. He's built Duke. He got Duke to what it is now. But you can't lose to Lehigh in the first round. And you can't lose to Mercer if you're Duke. And that's something it's frustrating, I'm sure, for Duke fans and people that put them high in their bracket, because it's a simple thing to beat 2-3 zone. That's all it is, and dumb fouls for another thing too. So it was just very, very interesting and frustrating for someone that had something personally invested. Not like a Duke fan, but
right.
I mean, come on, I can't. I don't want to watch any college basketball after I see my final team eliminated. You know?
Yeah. Was it surprising to you that some of these other good teams lost, like Ohio State and Syracuse and Kansas?
Kansas doesn't surprise me. Actually, if I'm going to pick a team, I like kind of rooting for Kansas most of all as a fan.
Okay.
But Bill Self does that thing in the tournament where he's not a great X's and O's basketball coach, and they again got confused by a 2-3 zone. Ohio State doesn't really surprise me either, because I'm a Big Ten grad and I watched tons of Big Ten basketball, and the only team that really ever comes through in the tournament is Michigan State consistently.
Right.
The rest of them, they bow out by the Sweet 16. Luckily, they always go into the conference or they always go into the tournament with 6 or 7 teams and a lot of promise. Yes, a lot of talk throughout the season. They're the best basketball conference, or the best conference, best stuff coming out of that conference, and the Big Ten always fails. So when teams like that are eliminated, it never surprises me, because the one and done format, and because Big Ten basketball, which doesn't ever really come through the big chances.
And now, what is it about Tom Izzo where every March his team just goes on a run? What does he do right as a coach?
All right, so I covered Illinois basketball for 3 or 4 years when I was there, and I had plenty of chances to speak with Coach Izzo. And Tom Izzo, the thing that he does is he uses the regular season, the preseason, the scheduling of all that, and the Big Ten tournament. All he's doing throughout that time, he's not caring about seeding, not really. He's not caring about racking up wins and wins and wins and wins. He just wants his team to be most prepared for the one-and-done format of the NCAA tournament. I've seen him blow games, not on purpose, but with the way he's coaching a game in a Big Ten tournament. It'll be a Big Ten semi or a Big Ten quarter-final game, and it'll be like him against Minnesota, Michigan State against Minnesota. And what he does is he leaves his 5 starters out there as long as he possibly can to get them so dead tired and used to a one-and-done format game, and they end up, he plays them the whole time in foul trouble, needing to make big threes in clutch situations, and sometimes it doesn't work out in the Big Ten tournament. Izzo doesn't care about that tournament. You notice Ohio State's the team that pretty much wins that tournament every single year, right. Maybe even Wisconsin, but it's because Thad Matta wants to win that tournament. Tom Izzo realizes the bigger picture is the next week and the week after, and he prepares his team mentally and physically for that one-and-done format, which is something that really no other sport can even come close to preparing to, and that's what Izzo does for that one-and-done format.
Now let's talk about some football, and the Bears, signed Jared Allen, and Julius Peppers is now with the Green Bay Packers. Do you think that these were some good moves by the Bears?
Yeah, letting Peppers go, releasing Peppers was something that a lot of people expected. Mm-hmm. And then the Jared Allen thing was something that they didn't really expect. Some people might say that, they're kind of, one guy's leaving that was on the wrong side of 30, and another guy that's on the wrong side of 30 comes in to rush the passer. Jared Allen, a lot of talk and a lot of things written by a lot of reporters are saying that Jared Allen's, the way to use him is selectively. A lot of passing downs, as not an every down rusher. We had Paul Allen on our show this past week. He's the play-by-play guy for the Vikings. He said something that's a main critique of Jared Allen was his attitude this past couple years or last year when the Vikings were pretty much out of it. And his attitude became, I'm just going to rush the passer every single down, no matter what, which means he didn't want to contain the run. And they were losing. They were horrible. And he was like, let's just get some sacks. Let's have some quarterbacks on the ground. So his run defense has not been very good. It's something that, if the Bears use him correctly, it's a very, very, very good move. I think the NFL is moving towards finding guys instead of grabbing guys that may be on the wrong side of 30 trying to rekindle their career. I think the NFL is moving towards finding players, as the Seahawks have been doing, and getting them young and then trying to lock them up and winning early with them in their career. So this is something that I really don't think that is trending in the NFL anymore, signing guys that are on the wrong side of 30, but it could work out if they use him strategically.
And now moving on to some baseball, what are some teams to look out for this year in the MLB?
Teams to look out for. I would say that look out for the typical teams. The Tigers are going to be in it the entire year pretty much. That Miguel Cabrera contract is something to talk about on its own. That's crazy. $300 million for a guy that's going to be 40, getting $30 million a year. Probably might eat himself out of the league at this point. But right now he's doing his thing every single year. The Tigers obviously are our team. The Nationals are our team that's been, every year has been waiting, and they've been bitten by the injury bug the last couple years, and they're really waiting to make that push. They're waiting to jump over the top, and that's a team that I think that you can really look for to do that this year. The White Sox are not a team that you would say is going to compete even for the postseason, really. I like a lot of the moves that they've made in the offseason. I really do. I like the moves that they've made for their future and for their everyday lineup. I think that the Chris Sale deal that they made, this was a year and a half ago, was fantastic. They have him locked up, and it's not a total money commitment, but he still gets him paid. Adam Eaton, that's a great move. I think at the top of the lineup, as long as he can take pitches and walk and get on base, and kind of steal bases as well. I just think that they've made some nice moves. I think they're an 80-win team. Going to the north side, the Cubs, they're probably another year and a half away from really seeing stellar performances, but the pieces are there. And Cubs fans are going to see Javier Baez come up, and if you've seen any of his highlights from the spring, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing to watch.
It really is.
So, yeah, no, he's fantastic. I think a guy like him is going to really ignite this Cubs team in the future. I really believe that they're going to be in the playoffs in like 2 years.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Now, before we let you go, where can people find your work online and on the radio?
You can follow me on Twitter at aharris670. And then the link at cbschicago.com, you can search my name, Adam Harris. I do a lot of fantasy football writing, and that's something that I'm very good at and very passionate about. So me and Joe Ostrowski, I think you had him on a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we do a Fantasy Friday show on 670 The Score.
Cool.
And that's something that we really pride ourselves in, and we can't wait to draft our first fantasy team, and it's
Right.
April. So that's it.
Well, Adam, thanks for coming on to Friday Sports Riot on SportsTownChicago.com. We would love to have you on again.
Thank you very much. Yeah, man, anytime. You got my cell phone.
Thanks, Adam.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And that was Adam Harris of 670 to Score on the Friday Sports Riot. We're going to come back, and we will wrap everything up. But first, to end the show off, it's the man, the myth, the legend, Jonathan Hood, is on the Friday Sports Riot next. Do not touch that mouse. I promise you, it will be radio gold.
The Friday Sports Riot on SportsTownChicago.com.